Tell me that's not what I think it is.
Muscovite.
What's muscovite?
Muscovite is a very thin type of rock formation.
How thin?
Well, so thin that slightest change in weight and pressure can cause it to shatter. And we're standing on a lot of it.
Okay, so we need to walk back exactly the way we came from. Very, very calmly, okay?
Try lightly. Heel toe. Doing good.
That's it. That's great.
Really careful.
Keep going.
It's actually thicker than I thought. We're still falling!
This may come as a surprise to you, but I'm a huge Tudors fan.
Wonderful.
I probably didn't know that. But Hannah and Jane, two entirely different types of characters here. Mm-hmm. Contrasting. Is that the fun part of being an actor? Is that you get the best, I mean, the two different worlds like that you're...
That's really fantastic. You know, it is quite a departure to go from Hannah, who, you know, grows up in the treacherous highlands of Iceland and really has the Viking gene inside her full on, and has to often, you know, save the day, to Jane Seymour, who actually there is a sensibility about them that is actually very similar, because they are both. Jane Seymour she's no dumbbell.
Okay.
She happens to be an 18-year-old who gets plucked from her father's arms into a whirlwind romance with the King of England.
Yeah.
You know, that is no small deal. I enjoy both of them immensely.
Now, being Iceland, are you automatically born with the hiking skills and the dealing with the terrain?
From an early age, I developed a very odd interest in combat.
Okay.
I studied hand-to-hand combat, and I trained with all kinds of different swords, you know, broadswords and knives and all kinds of different weaponry. So that came in very handy, actually, and I sort of grounded Hannah very much in that thing, because, you know, I have a very small frame, but your strength doesn't really ever come from your muscles; it comes from your core. So knowing how to swing a broadsword that I can't really hold up with my muscle power, but it's with your core, it's kind of the same thing. There's a lot of action in this movie where it required that sort of thing, because, you know, in the end of the day, we get trapped inside a cave and start to make our way accidentally into the center of the earth, and I am there with, you know, a geeky scientist on one hand and a boy younger than myself on the other hand. Yeah. So it's sort of up to me to save us from danger.
This girl can take care of her own, I'm telling you right there.
I take care of my business.
And that's probably a great skill to have for future, you can be the next Wonder Woman or something like that. I mean, you have all the talent and everything. Now, I have to ask you about a scene at the end, which I always find, looking from the outside looking in. You're sitting there, and people are throwing, I'm assuming, grapes at you?
The ride in my dinosaur skull boat down a hill, one of the very grueling and somewhat strange experiences that we went through on this movie. We're sliding down a vineyard on my enormous dinosaur skull boat, and so we're passing grapes. So how they filmed that is that the dinosaur skull boat is still, but it's rocking all the way like this, and you just have a bunch of dudes tossing grapes at us. This was by the end of the shoot, so they were probably going, you know, thank God, this is for this, and this is for that.
And so I guess the moral is be nice to everybody on set. You never know when it's going to come back to haunt you. Absolute pleasure.
It was
Thank
lovely
you so
to
much.
meet you.